like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
as lobby loads up, I'm going for a shit. Ah, right, I am back. And we will... Oh, game sound. Wonder what that is for. Anyway, we'll just do the first lap, I'm assuming. Or is it not? Munter hinge 7.8. Yes, is that Irish? No, it's not. We'll sit on board with Irish Alonso. This is just start the lap. Purple sector 1 is 16.4. A Aston of Mr. Old School was Span. Ducati rider goes provisional pole. It was only 4 times on the board with 6.2. Expecting all the time to be really close on this track. Erdness AMG, the on-track winner. I think he got P3 last in the first round after penalties. Irish Alonso is pitting. Why did right, we'll go on board with heating car. Some of all heating car and see how his second sector split is done. Look, his envoy is disqualified from the session. Wonder what that's for. 5 base grid penalty as well. But anyway, we'll go back on board with Heaton Carp to finish his last lap. The last corner of his lap. Goes pole. So far, the 5.6, the times are getting faster and faster. Wenlock has just done a purple sector 2, crawled into the map. So he invalidates. Munchy hinges on a faster lap, 4 tenths up in the second sector split. Going through the last corner, will he keep it on track? Yep, he will. There's a 7.2. So it did not improve his position, but it improved his time. CT and Loden's going into the pits. TR looks to be trying to get a bit of space ahead of him. I have a squeaky baby in the background. He goes pole. At 2 tenths faster than Heaton Carp in P2. Right, where was we? We were looking at Tilda. He is invalidated that time. His Heaton Carp going any faster though. We'll see as he comes up the sector 2 line. Red light is flashing, so I don't think he's got the... Well, he's matched his time. See what he does here. Oh, he went off track, but it didn't invalidate. Is he lifted enough, apparently? Don't think it will be an improvement. Nope. The odd that was on an invalid lap. Crixic will jump down to Remis Tub. 45.7 for the second sector. Track is quite bumpy, unless they've added porpoising into the game. Puts himself in P4, that's quite a good lap. Bazbrains, he turned out after Steward's decisions to win the first round. He apparently goes purple. After Harris Alonso's just finishing the lap now, so we'll jump to him and see how he does. Takes a real... Oh, that's a slow lap. So now we'll jump down to Bazbrains and we'll see how he goes. Car's bumping all over the place here. Wenlock is all the way down in P13. So he's not having the greatest of times. Bazbrains comes around the final corner, down the straight to do a 6th dead, which puts him in P5. Expecting quite a lot of improvements throughout the grid. CCD unloading on our lap. Crixic is in there. That is an invalid lap. Wenlock seems to have lifted out of this lap. Will he go in the pits? Mr. Old School is doing a flying lap, I think. Second sector is a 47.3, which isn't that impressive compared to what other people have been doing. We'll see how Wenlock does for this lap. Let's get your predictions in the chat. There is 8 minutes of the session to go. Let's see who will get pole. Ernest AMG currently has it by 2 tenths to Heaton Carp. Ferrari pair in, and they're in 3rd and 5th in it, so it's a strong showing from them to start. CJP is retired. Mr. Old School is disqualified for blocking the pit lane exit. The Ducati rider was disqualified as well, so that is 3 disqualifications. Seem to be struggling a bit. Wenlock comes around the final corner. Hello. Oh, as he validates, and it would have been a 6.1, which would have put him just ahead of his teammate. You included your audio in. Anyone not to go out is Sarge and set time. Wenlock still is a 124.1 on the board. See where everyone else is. With Mickelson's, he's slightly improved in the first sector. See how if he can get up from P3. Note he is 9/10 down in the second sector. CCD unloading is 3 seconds down on his time. Skeena has joined, 7/10 up is Munchie Hinge. Never mind, he is 2.3 seconds down in the first sector. So, Krixic. Is Krixic on a lap? Nope, he is 1 second off in the first sector. Sarge on an out lap. He's the only one to start a lap yet. So we'll go on board with Sarge and see how he does. He came P2. No. In the race, he came P1 after penalties, but he had a 5-second penalty given after stewarding, and he goes off track there. So I don't know how this lap will be valid. Climbing up the hill to turn 3, sets a purple first sector apparently. 16.3 though, so I'll be back in a second. Sarge's second sector, 46.4. I think we've seen quite a bit faster. Goes a bit wide. Down to the last 2 corners. As he bombs into the nose. Must not have liked that lap. Nobody has put a prediction in the chat. Who do we reckon will get pole? Currently, Erdness AMG is sat on pole by 2/10. But P2 and P3 is only 4 thousandths between them. It's quite close. Who shall we watch?
Oh, it should work now.
Mr. Shoots is 80 thousandths up. TR Dat is just finished in a lap. It says 7 seconds down. He is definitely down on his time, though. Infamous Howie, let's see how he's doing.
Goodness, AMG has basically matched his sector 1 and 2 split in the middle sector. And there's an Alpha Tauri round at turn 1.
Someone spun. Let's TR Dat.
Oh, I don't know how he keeps that validated. That's ridiculous.
It's weird.
Improved by 10, but it went.
You can keep it valid if you lift enough.
I think it's stupid. He should have backed out of that lap.
Either way, if it's valid, it's valid. Ian Carp is a 1/10.5 faster in the first sector alone. So set on board with him and
See if we can keep that. See if we can keep that through the rest of the lap. We can keep hold of it on the rest of the lap, to be honest. I think he was close to pole in Canada last week.
Yeah. He definitely has the bit between his teeth on this game. But back in a second.
Not a problem. Let's see what his Sector 2 split is like. Is he going to set another... He's 3.5 tenths up on his previous time. Just needs to keep it nice through 9 and 10. The rest of the lap's been perfect. If he can get this lap
Wenlock puts himself
completed
second.
without invalidating, can he run nicely through the last corner? Yes, he can.
It's a 5.2.
Original pole. Very good, very good.
About a 1/10.5. They're exactly
As he nearly
2
loses it out of the first corner. He loses that at turn 1.
AMG and Wenlock, exactly 2 tenths. Baz Brains, let's see what he's doing. All the way down in 5th, he's on a lap. Sarge is
Wenlock is slow in the middle sector. I think he's just trying to get out of people's way so he can get a clear track.
Baz Brains was up by about a tenth, I think, or so. He goes really wide. Keeps it valid. Lifted out massively.
I think Wenlock is going for a lap.
Half a second faster.
Yes, he is. Wenlock is going for a lap.
Goodness, AMG looks like he might be on a lap.
Oh, he goes really deep and cuts the pit entry. That's a bit naughty.
Harsh Alonso. Let's see how he does.
Only 50 seconds left in qualifying.
But let's quickly jump to Sarge. 6.9, which puts him last. Well, 14th.
With the amount of time left in qualifying at the moment, Erdnus, AMG and Heaton Carp can't improve. Wenlock and everybody else behind, apart from TR, may be able to, apart from Sarge, might be able to spoil that day. Yeah, that's a big no-no in the rules. You should have read them. You should know by now.
Brexit is round in the second sector. Ian Carp
Wenlock is up on his time. He's just invalidated around turn 8.
CCD and Loden's up by 2 tenths in the second sector. We can gain a couple places out of this.
Mickelson's just gets to the line in time to start his flying lap, along with, I believe, infamous Howie. Just got over the line in time.
CCD and Loden's puts himself up into P5. That's actually quite a good effort. Mickelson's has matched his first sector.
Ooh, a little bit of a tank slapper going through turn 3.
Mr. Shoot invalidates his time.
Mickelson's wants any chance at pole. He's got to get more than 4 tenths of a second up on this time alone.
Goes.
I believe he's just moved down from tier 1.
Yep, puts himself into P6. Baz Brains heads into the pits. Infamous Howie is round, so Mickelson's is down.
And he's aborting the lap.
Yeah, he's aborted. He was 4 tenths down, so Heaton Carp takes P1. Then it's MG Wenlock, Mickelson's, CC Unloading, Remus Tubb, Baz Brains, Irish Alonso, Infamous Howie, Mr. O'Shoot to finish at the top 10. Theodat, Munchie, Hinge, Crixick and Sarge finish out the runners, with CJP, being a tier 1 driver, has been told to not take part in qualifying, as he would probably be up right at the top and wouldn't give the tier 2 guys a chance. And then Ducati rider, Mr. Old School and Rookies on board, all disqualified for pit lane exit reasons.
They spin in the pits exit.
So, My own brother has spoiled my own prediction of Erdness AMG getting pole. What an arsehole.
Oh, good on him, though, to be honest. I think that's his first pole.
I don't think it's his first pole, but it's certainly... Someone put 1.1k in him, so whoever did that, well done.
Just showing up that Mickelson's has got a 5-place grid penalty, so the order will be Carl, AMG, Wenlock, CCDN, Loading, Remistor, Bazbrains, Alonso, then Mickelson's.
Oh
Oh no, infamous Howie, then Mickelson, sorry, he's going to drop all the way down to 9th place. Not a lot in it from P6 to 10, though. Very close lap times. 5.9, 5.9, another 5.9, and 6.0. Damn. And then there's the 4 drivers at the top that managed to get the most out of those laps.
Well, we've got both the Astons and both of the Haas starting right at the back, and then Williams are pretty much at the back as well, 12th and last.
Have you got this on realistic?
Right, we'll skip to the standings real quick.
Check that nobody regis up on the grid.
Right, so Bazbrains took the win after Stewart's decisions, and then it was Sargent and SMG. Tyrant Bolrog got up to P4, and the two reserve drivers, I felt very lucky.
I believe regardless of Ducati rider potentially needing 2 sets a lap, didn't he get a qualifying ban for readying up early last week?
True. So, well, we'll just...
He got disqualified,
I'd probably say that's served, to be fair. But in the constructors, we have Mercedes and Ferrari on equal points, and then Aston on 18, Williams on 13, and Alfa Romeo and McLaren not to score any points yet, so hopefully he and Carp can turn that one around. After DNF in on the, I think it's the first lap in Canada?
Who was that, Hayden Carp?
Yeah, he and Carp DNF because of that collision with Rocky's Envoy. And there's like a pilot where 3 drivers got DNF'd.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I believe Harry was involved in that one as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. So I'm going to say into the Discord to see if everybody's ready to go. Don't have a hot lap this time, but we'll just quickly run a ad. Harry can reserve tier 1. Happy days. Because we have quite a lot. We only have 14 full-time drivers, but we have 6 reserve. But one of them guys didn't show, and Mr. O'Shoots might not be able to get on, so... see how this ad's doing. I'm going to disappear and get a bottle made real quick, but I will leave, go back to the grid, and I will make sure it's formation laps on as well. Right, we will go. So we have That is the pole over and done with. Heaton Carp got pole position. Sontail has won 3.1k. Congratulations to him. We will get another pole up, though. For who will win the race? Ooh! Are you seeing this one, Ian? Oh, have you vanished? Quite interesting tyre choices though. I'm just sorting out this prediction. I think turn 1 might be a little bit of a massacre, to be honest. Hopefully not.
Formation lap. Already got 3 people. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I just had to get a drink
tyre choices
and
are quite
sort my
interesting.
boots out.
Everybody's on mediums except Arachelons and TR down on hards, and then you've got 2 soft runners, 13th and 14th.
Sergeant Kriksik. It also depends what people have done with strategy. Not necessarily strategy. Sorry, not strategy. If they have put in the time, practice, and they've managed to get their tyre pressures right,
Wenlock didn't.
that can play a huge part. Well, Remus Tubbs taking quite an aggressive angle inwards in in P5.
This is why I want the formation lap on. It's so good. Heaton Carp pointing to the right to get away. We've got 1 light.
There we go. We've got 1 light,
3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we're off.
Very, very long hold as Haas in the back. CJP, I believe, gets a very good start. And Heaton Carp with an even better start. I believe he's way ahead into the first corner as they are a little bit of a concertina going on into turn 1.
Turn 1, everyone needs to do turn 1.
And we have Munchy hinges off into the wall at the exit of turn 1.
Oh, never mind. I thought turn 1 was through. But we'll go back onto Remus Tubb and Baz Brains go side by side.
CJP sent it up the inside of Kriksik there, but he's holding back no prisoners, but everybody needs to be careful of their ERS usage around there as well, because it just dies off so quickly. If you use all of it, that's it. He's gone.
Heaton
Carp already pulled 1.2 seconds.
1 second ahead already. He knows he needs to get ahead and out that DRS, and then the DRS train does not happen behind him. Biggest gainer though is Sarge. He's up to P9.
Not used any of his ERS so far. As well as Heaton Carp.
And then Sarge cutting through the back so far. TR Dat is hot on the back.
Oh, speaking of Sarge, he's just gone really deep in turn 10.
NSMG has put the foot down though. He has pulled that back into the second.
Oh, as infamous how he tries to go for a move up the inside of Mr. O'Shoes, but thinks better of it.
The setup game will be quite interesting today. I think whether you got the corner for the sector 2 and the exit of like turn 3 and whatnot, or you've got the straight line speed.
Oh, as CJP runs for a move at the inside of Arish Alonso and nearly sent him round, to be honest. After Sarge went off track in turn 10, I don't think he's managed to get his mojo back, to be honest, because he just really outbrakes himself. Going into turn 4, and nearly went straight off track. And there's a Ferrari around at turn 5, that's Baz.
Baz is around and on the grass, and he will drop all the way down to P17. Meanwhile,
still a
we
long
have
race there.
So as well as him, we have CCD Loading, which has dropped 11 places.
Ooh, there is an Alpine facing the wrong way in pit entry. I believe that's Remis Tub. He needs to be careful on where he comes back on track there, because if you go too far over, you can get disqualified. As Erdness and Wenlock have managed to pull that gap back to Heat and Carb, to be honest.
Yeah, he managed
They've
to
got
pull
the
it
DRS range as well. Mind you, Heat and Carb was not touching his ERS at all. He's saving it until he absolutely needs to use it.
He is
very
a man
smart
on a mission to try and pull together a championship contention for Tier 2 this season.
He definitely wants championship charge.
Yeah.
He had a pretty decent run in the last half of last season,
yeah.
But I think his first half, apart from the win in Portugal in race 3, it just fell away a little bit.
Yeah. So we'll get rid of the position changes and we will leave the penalties on so we can get surprises with penalties when they come flying in.
Looks like Sarge's tyres have already dropped off. It is, yeah, enabled at the start of the lap that we're on now and going on to lap 4 as there's a Red Bull of CCD Unloading and spun on the exit of turn 8. It looks like Sarge's tyres might already be dropping off because he's dropping back to Infamous Howie by a considerable amount and CJP behind him. Granted, CJP is a Tier 1 driver, so I'd expect him to have more pace.
Yeah, he's already going to look down the inside. He's already passed him.
That was such an easy move in traction. Those softs should not have fell off that quickly.
Oh, there's a dive.
Oh, there's an Alpine dives up the inside, but he loses a place for that. I guess that's a little bit calmer there. So
yeah, he lost a place to the AlphaTauri there. As Ducati riders now got a run. I don't think he'll be close enough into the next turn. We have a nice.
I see the Wenlock's made a mistake, or he has not got the pace on those tyres. He's dropped back by about half a second from where he was before, but Heating Carp just
is quite good though. We have like a three car battle right now. The CJ.
Well, Mickelson's is back up to where he originally qualified before his penalty, so he's back up to 4th place.
Mickelson's did pretty well throughout the season in tier 2 last season to season 1. We'll get more words.
From what I remember, we have a yellow flag. Oh, Heating Carp's round exit at turn 1.
Oh no! It's just going to spin it round on
too
the
long.
side
He
of
will
the
just
track.
get disqualified. Oh, he needs to be careful where he comes back on.
Going to reverse it, get on safely. That is probably the best thing to do. Lost him a ass ton of time.
Yeah, he's gone all the way down to 16th. It's lost him 17 seconds.
He will be
just in that one spin.
Yeah, that is on the heels of Sarge going down into turn. Will he go make a move around the outside? No. Gives Sarge a little.
Just see on his MFD. Just see on his MFD, his rear tyres are quite considerably hotter than his fronts. But it looks like they're balancing out now.
So far,
Heating Carp.
This is a good show for McLaren. After they
got
no points. The only downside for Alfa Romeo is Heating Carp is the only driver that's racing for them. It's Crixton gets a 3-second penalty and it's gone round again.
Heating Carp has spun again.
Will probably need to be changed, to be honest.
He may be running his tyre pressures a little bit too high.
Was mentioning about a tyre pressure problem. Erdness and Wenlock are now 2 seconds separate.
Oh, there it goes again. Yeah, his tyres are very, very hot now. Very hot. He's just going to keep going. I mean, there's nothing he can do in terms of tyre pressure. He's just going to have to deal.
Spun at turn 1. See if he's able to move. Yeah, he's moving now.
His time loss has gone from 17 seconds that it was on Ace round at turn 1.
Crixton is round as well on the exit of turn 3. He's got no front wing.
He must have just dropped it out of...
Everyone's kind of spreading out a bit now. Mickelson's just pulling the gap into Wenlock, while Wenlock is losing out to Erdness AMG. And Mickelson's pulling a train of Schutz and Infamous Howie along with him, and CJP will be on the back of that quite shortly.
What's the points position like for CJP if he finishes quite high? Does he just get revoked, or does something change because he's a tier 1 driver?
I think We'll follow the rules from last year, so
The constructor will get the points, but the driver won't.
well.
Heating corp's round again.
Me not actually have
Then, I mean,
procedure with the tier 1 drivers because I told him to retire in qualifying, so he didn't obviously have the chance to get in pole. Because let's be honest, tier 1 driver pole will be quite easy.
Yeah, I mean,
Heating Carp has gone from first instead of being lapped.
in this tier, the pole time was 5.2, I think.
Yeah.
I'm expecting at least low 4s in tier 1. So,
Well, we do have some big hitters not racing today in tier 1.
okay.
We do, and we'll get it up for you now, actually. So,
If I can remember where my phone is, I'd be able
Okay.
to have a look.
gonna have Door Lock, the OTG, Gabalolo, Big Lou, and Big Dirty, and Wolves.
Big Lou isn't racing.
Big Lou isn't racing, no, he's currently out watching Thor. He forgot about it. So he's out tonight watching the new Thor. Yes, we have a move, Sergeant Ducati rider.
He's spun, Sergeant spun. No,
Ducati
wait, no,
rider
Sergeant
went
spun.
wide.
Mr. Old School had spun, I do apologise, the other Aston Martin.
Rocky Zomboy now is looking onto the back of Ducati rider. Ducati rider going to make a dive. Ooh!
Heating Carp has spun again.
Wenlock with a 3-second penalty now. Rocky Zomboy and Ducati rider going side by side.
Yeah, Heating Carp's going to be obliged to get out of the way of all the cars that are coming past him now.
Yeah.
Just to think that a couple of laps ago he was leading this race. Oh, we've had a little bit of an incident.
And Ducati
Oh
rider
dear.
collided
And
Rocky
Carp
Zomboy
has spun.
I was watching that one. Safety car is out, so Ian Carp will pit. I don't think he'll gain.
I don't think he'll gain, no. I mean, his tyre is always going to have the
Speed's
same
into pit
tyre
lane.
problem. His tyre problem is going to be the same regardless of what he does, because you can't
Yeah.
change the pressures. All I can really say for him to do is just take it easy.
Well, I mean, the tyre
It's
pressure
so
might
hard
be a bit
to cool
easier
them down.
on like the hardest compound, so it's hard to get the temperatures in.
Potentially.
But Mickelson's,
But
his
if
tyres-
you overheat the hard tyres, it's impossible to get them back down again.
Mickelson's is sitting in a really good place in MP3, and the two ahead of him have penalties. There's one small thing about tier 1 though.
Go on.
We have AERL Josh racing still. Which isn't a bad thing, because he is a really good racer.
Not a bad thing at
But-
all, it just means that nobody else gets a chance.
Yeah. He's definitely going to be at the top of the charts, I think. I'll give it a good go myself, but I've had no
Oh, I'm not the
practice
only
with
one,
it
you're not the only
whatsoever.
one. I mean, I had a little bit of a hiccup in Canada with another driver, getting rear-ended. But, yeah, there's not really much I can do in terms of that, to be honest.
Yeah. It wasn't. We did have a pre-season at Austria as well, so hopefully that's got
Ernest AMG's been
disqualified.
disqualified. He overtook
He
the safety
passed
car.
the safety car. Oh no! Sarge just found himself up
Oh,
in
the
P2.
other
Did
leader,
he
the other
even
race
pit?
leader. Ernest, I believe, no, he didn't.
What about Sarge?
But why did he overtake the safety car?
No. That is a rookie mistake right there. We'll quickly have a look at stops. So the top 3 haven't stopped. TL Dat hasn't stopped either. Everyone else has. I would love for Heaton Carp to be able to unlock himself, honestly. Ernest AMG disqualified. People voted on... I voted... Oh no I didn't. Never mind. That was the old vote. So nobody has voted for the winner yet. And Heaton Carp is last and Ernest AMG is disqualified. So who do you reckon will win? Because the rest of the people in the poll is either Alonso, Baz Brains, Remis Tub or Wenlock.
Wenlock has pit.
Wenlock's pit. Arash Alonso's up there.
Infamous Howie is just pitted now. Sarge hasn't pit. Arash Alonso hasn't pit. And Teodat hasn't pit. I think it's anybody's game, to be honest. Everybody's more than capable of doing so.
In pre-season, Wenlock was ahead quite a lot. Oh, yawning. He was ahead by quite a lot and then lost it on the last lap with a blue flagged car was kind of going slow and he didn't expect it.
Okay, I'm going to take Mickelson's and CJP out of my prediction for pit stops. Because they both pit onto the soft tyres on lap 11 of 36.
Yeah, what is the tyre? I didn't even think about that. What is the tyre situation? Ooh.
Everybody is on hards apart from Sarge, who has had them on since the start. Mickelson's, CJP and Baz Brains have all pit for new softs. Maybe they're betting on another safety car.
Yeah. It's quite upsetting that he and Carp is now last. I think he would have been a really good choice for the win. But tyre pressures are a big problem these days. I think, do you know his pole?
Safety car stays out again. His pole position time was probably down to his pressures being that high because he could really fire up the tyres early on in the lap. But, well, I mean, you can have the tyre pressures high in qualifying, you can turn them down again for the race. It's just whether he did change his tyre pressures for the race, but it doesn't look that way with the way that he was spinning all over the track. We see everybody weaving, trying to get some heat into those tyres. Now, Sarge's tyres have got to be dead by now. I wouldn't have thought they'd be anything short of a miracle to drive on them at the moment. Arash Alonso.
Do you know what I've noticed? It's getting quite dark.
It is, yeah. I mean, there's potential for rain. You never know if rain is ever going to turn up. But it has darkened off quite a bit, to be honest. Safety car's in this lap.
Yeah, I've put a new prediction poll in the chat. No one put anything on the last one. But seeing as three of the people on the poll are no longer in the race, it's getting a bit tough for the prediction. So there's a new prediction.
Three? What do you mean? There's only two people that are. It's
Rocky's on board.
Carp.
Yeah, Carp I've pretty much taken out of it because he's got to unlap himself, which is a task of its own. Sarge is leading us though.
Sarge leads us away. Safety car restarts. Safety car peels off into the pits. When's he going to go? He's gone now. Not caught anybody unawares, to be honest.
Follow. Well,
he has managed to pull a gap there.
Well on that.
He has managed to pull a gap.
Oh, Mistro shoots and Mickelson's going side by side. Mistro shoots pulls out of that.
He thinks better of that one. Thinks better of it. Oh, there's
Arash Alonso.
Arash Alonso's had a little bit of a tank slapper through turn one.
Rejoins safely. That's good. See how Dat and Arash Alonso come together though. And now Arash Alonso's getting overtaken by Infamous Howie into turn 3. Ooh, keeps the position, but they're still side by side.
Oh, yellow flag.
Gone. He's well ahead.
Three drivers off. Round. 3 drivers off. Ducati rider Kriksik and potentially CCDN loading in that.
Go up to
his heating car is just attempting to unlap himself from here now.
Yeah. We'll watch CJP and see because he seems really close. Oh no, Wenlock is right.
I think I'm going to keep an eye on Wenlock. To be honest, he's Sarge is making some pretty aggressive moves as he goes into the pit lane. At least he follows a proper pit procedure. Yeah, I hate it. It's ridiculous. As he got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane just to add to his woes.
But I think. Who do you reckon all that? Because
Wenlock definitely has a good chance. Carp has retired in the pits.
Yeah, he's had enough. There's no point of him taking part. So that's Alfa Romeo with 0 points again after round 2. was a reserve, sat ready, but he never shown up. Mistro shoots and CJ side by side now.
Mickelson's looking to line up a move down the outside of turn 4. Make that one stick.
Gotta try and make the
Soft
most
tyres
of
are
the soft
firing up
tyres.
quite nicely now, though. Oh, there's spots of rain. It's just started raining.
That's why they may have gone softs.
I mean, potentially, but it has just started to spit.
That might have been the
Oh, it's
thought
really
process.
coming down now.
Yeah, go on softs, get the track position, get in there and get the wet tyres on.
Is anybody going to dart in the pits for wet tyres?
Catty loading. Catty and
Oh,
loading are going
as
on it.
Arash Alonso, DRS enabled, it'll just be disabled again in a couple of laps anyway.
Is that
Arash Alonso is
going
going into the pits.
I reckon he might try the Inters. You never know. He might just go for it.
Potentially, he might do a Jan Watmere China last year.
He is.
He is. He's putting some intermediate tyres on now.
Go
See if
on,
this
lad.
strategy pays off
Give
or whether
us
he
some-
burns them off early.
Give us something to talk about. There's the top two. Oh, Mickelson's is
There is a yellow flag at the top
Premise top.
of the
No
hill.
that.
It's TR he's spun around. Just needs to be careful as he comes back on track as Ducati rider and CCD unloaded near him as well.
Yeah, that was quite.
Managed to do
good
that safely.
re-entry.
Doesn't look like he's got any
Arash
damage.
Alonso.
Oh no, he's
the
missing an
rain
end
is
plate.
Coming down. The rain
He is
coming out
leaving
of
spots on the
nowhere.
track now. This might have played perfectly
Arash Alonso
into
might have
Arash
that.
Alonso's hands, to be
Absolutely
honest.
perfect, yeah.
Oh, everyone's got their rain light on now, so if you're going to pit, now's the time to do it.
Mickelson
Mickelson
bombs into the pit.
tries the underfoot on Wenlock.
Has brains,
Doesn't
so
look like
the
a lot of
Ferrari's
drivers
double
there.
stacked.
Oh, this is gonna hurt Baz. This is gonna hurt Baz a lot.
But maybe he couldn't afford to be out there much longer.
Yeah, he'd probably lose more time on the track, to be honest, as the Mr. Old School has gone round exit turn 8. He's exited turn 8, yeah, exited turn 8. As Baz Brains didn't
long. DRS disabled. so
move.
let's see where Arash Alonso. What times? So he came out the pits and he's done like a 1:29.5.
Let's get his gap to the leader. 30 seconds to the lead. Oh, is that right? 30 seconds to the leader, yeah. He's fired up those intermediate times. He's come out just behind Baz Brains. Well, that time is dropping drastically. 19.5 seconds. 29, sorry, not 19. But through sector 2. Yeah, through sector 2. This could play perfectly into the guys that have boxed for intermediates, as they don't have to tiptoe around the track, as that delta's just dropping down
Arash Alonso is just
massively.
flying
Arash Alonso's just flew through. Yeah. Mickelson's 15 seconds.
Baz
Everybody's
Brains
darted
is
into the pits.
adamant to stay
Mickelson's
side
is
by side
gonna.
with him through sector 2. They're staying side by side through the whole of sector 2.
Very good racing from
This
both
is
of these.
some
I mean,
really good
I've
racing. Especially
I've
in wet
raced Baz
conditions.
Brains. I raced Baz Brains in a different league championship around Zandvoort, and we were in nose to arsehole.
Mickelson
No, probably
is
shouldn't
gonna
say it that
be
way, but
ahead by a country mile.
he's got out really well, and he doesn't have the disadvantage that Wenlock has of firing up those tyres.
Mickelson's is going to be 6. I think by the end of this lap, he'll be about 8 seconds ahead.
I mean, they don't take long to warm up, especially regarding the tyre pressures. If you've got dry tyre pressures, they'll warm up very quick, because when these go down to basically slick to intermediates or into slicks-ish, they're very, very soft tyres. They're softer than the softest compound you can get on dry tyres. So they warm up really quickly, as there's a Mercedes around a Crixic in exit turn 5. In terms of Baz, yeah, I raced with them in a different championship, and we were nose to tail more or less for 10 or 15 laps around Zandvoort.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I won that one. But that was just because I made a little bit of a gamble to go on hard tyres. He went on mediums at the same time, but his mediums just fell off, and I managed to pull 5 or 6 seconds in a couple of laps. But that just shows.
Ooh, Sarge's gone full wet.
full wet. Now that's a
It
little
is
bit of a
raining
gamble.
quite
I don't
heavily.
know whether that's going to pay out. Yeah, it's not raining that heavy.
Might come
Not as
into
heavy as
play
I think at
towards
times, to be
about
honest.
5 odd laps.
Quick
Six
six retired in the
retires,
pits.
Yep, he's tried the wheel. He said he's struggling quite a bit, but he at least gave it a go. It is probably one of the easiest tracks to use the wheel and get used to something. Wenlock and CJP are going at it though. I went the awkward way all the way down the grid instead of going upwards.
I went there.
Keep an eye on Sarge's lap times in about 3 laps. See when we get to about lap 21, 22. You have to keep an eye on Sarge's lap times.
I'll keep an eye on his delta to the car behind him. Or his delta to the cars around him at least. Quick 6 AI has come back out onto the track. Just stopped.
This will definitely show he's good in the wet.
I mean, from what we saw last year,
quali
Wenlock dominated the wet.
We do have some more drivers, and it is different cars. I was one of the quickest in the wet, by far, in Tier 1.
These cars, yeah.
And now I've moved to wheel, and it's a whole different car, handling and all that. I struggle so much.
It's loads different, yeah. I think again with the torque and the throttle mapping and the power of the cars and tyres have made it a lot different and a lot harder to handle in the wet because they slip quite a lot easier.
We'll drop down to Remis.
CJP tried to go around the outside of Wenlock there, as there is a car spun in the pit entry. I think that's Munchie Hinge.
Yeah, he's just going to go and head into the pits. Won't surprise me if he retires.
As Sarge has just
cut the pit entry,
massively cut the pit entry.
On the thingy, so click that as well for me.
Oh, I didn't see it on stream, but I can clip it through.
Yeah,
I didn't see it on my side. Sorry.
Oh,
I didn't see it. I'll have to do it later on.
CJP on yellow flag.
Oh, safety car.
Sarge on the hard tyre. What is
Hard
that man doing?
tyres.
Does he think he's George Russell?
No, because he wasn't on pole.
Speaking of that pole lap, I'm going to run out.
Speaking of a brilliant pole lap, yeah.
Running in a 60-second ad break. May as well. It is safety car, so. But what a lap by Russell. It's going to be a really good race to watch tomorrow. Thank God it's my long weekend and I'm off tomorrow, so I can actually watch it.
I was going to go to a superbike factory tomorrow in Donington Park to get a helmet resized. But I might have to wait until after the race, to be honest, or even before. I might go before, could go before.
I have just realised something which is really upsetting. Mickelson's has just lost his 5-second gap.
It was slowly going down, very slowly.
Very
like
slowly,
a
but I
every
think
2
he
laps.
would have been able to hold it off.
He would have been, yeah. He's managed to have the pace, to be honest. If he can get away from Wenlock in the initial phase and CJ can start battling with Wenlock, he could potentially pull that gap again.
Yeah, like
when obviously the safety car comes out and neutralises everything.
Have a look at the warning situation for Mickelson's. See how he is.
Sarge is back in the pits again. To be honest, I'm not surprised. The warning situation for Mickelson's, it looks like a few lap times. He had 1 warning on lap 2, and that's it.
That's pretty good going. So we got the Aston Martins in 13th and 14th. They will score no points at the minute. There's actually no Mercedes, so Ferrari is set to take.
Is Sarge feeling okay? He's gone to mediums now instead of hards.
He must be having an issue with pits, honestly. He must have an issue.
Why is there cars going side by side under safety car? Ducati rider and Arash Alonso basically trying to have a little bit of a race up to turn 3.
Let's see what's happening in Discord. Oh, I have a message from Ernest AMG. Safety car was driving slow on the right side of the track before turn 3. Thought it'd let me overtake, got disqualified straight away.
Well, I mean, in fairness, if you are leading, you should know to
yeah, it is, but it's a
slow
little bit
down
of a
behind the
rookie
safety
mistake,
car.
It has opened
As
this
always,
race
next
up
week.
a bit more to other drivers.
Other drivers, yeah. It was between Erdness and
really-
Heaton-Karp if they both didn't have their incidents, to be honest.
I'd really like to see Mickelson's win this race.
It'd be good. I don't know whether he's won a race before. I know he's got very close.
He's got close a few times, and after his DNF on lap 1 last week, and he's actually
Sarge goes
came
into the pit
from
lane for the
quite far back.
7th time, I think. 7th time he's pit
Sarge
lane.
likes that pit lane. He must have a fling with one of the mechanics.
This is his 5th pit stop. Munchie Hinge has done 5 pit stops already. He's gone medium, soft, medium, and then 3 sets of intermediates. Now, if the safety car is going to wait for Munchie Hinge to catch up, we're going to be here for a bloody long time, because I think he's still got to keep to a delta. As Munchie Hinge goes into the pit lane. I don't know whether he's pitting for damage or whether he's pitting for retirement.
He is in Discord.
What, talking in Discord?
Yeah. I'm gonna ask him what the hell is he doing.
It's
Safety car's in this
put a
lap.
new front wing on. It looks like he might have dropped it in turn 3. Right then, I'm probably going to sit on board with Wenlock for this restart. This is going to be a pretty decent restart, to be honest.
Yeah.
If Mickelson's can get a good exit, obviously you don't want to pin it too hard in the wet with these tyres. Even with these tyres, you still slip like God knows what, as Wenlock nearly went round. Wenlock's off the track. Ooh.
Let's see how Mickelson's does this.
And
No,
I believe
it's not going.
he's thinking about it. Ducati riders crashed behind the safety car. How has that happened? Ducati rider. Yeah. Might have been an old sandwich through there,
Mickelson's getting all out of shape. CJP is up into P2. He's going to make a challenge for P1. Late braking into turn 3. Managed to get it slowed in time.
Nicholson gives him a little bit of a lift up. 5-second
Ignoring
penalty
yellow
for a
flag.
severe collision. So Mickelson's has just been given a penalty. Baz is back up here as well.
Ooh. 5-second penalty for CJP as well, ignoring yellow flags.
I don't know what that could have been for, to be honest. It might be when he got tapped behind. He obviously the track would have gone yellow because they're slow cars. And then I'm not sure. Baz off track and Wenlock goes to the inside. Ooh, nice and tight.
Remember, Tubb is going upwards as a P8.
And the safety car and the wet weather conditions have really evened this field out now.
Yeah. As Brains has dropped off by a second, CJP.
Well, Sarge is finally on wet weather tyres.
Baz and Mr. Schutzer are sitting in good positions with no penalties. But can they keep up the pace of CJP with 12 laps to go?
CJ's quick, but he is prone to a little slip or two.
Yeah. Mickelson's has dropped all the way down to P5 now. So not a lot of track limit penalties, surprisingly.
I think everybody's just taking it easy. Obviously, none of the track limits on this game are a little bit a little bit messed up. Not
And
amazing. I'm speaking off. There it goes.
People have actually listened.
In what respect?
With the silly dive moves people were doing and causing stupid spins and collisions. We'll drop back down actually, because TR Dat's just got past CCD unloading now as well. But like, Sergeant retired in the pits. Well done. But like, we was having issues with people just full sending it, trying to force moves and not being patient enough, and now people are actually starting to be a bit patient. Aris Alonso's making a move on Mickelson's now as well. Trying to keep his nose in, goes down to the inside, down the inside. And
leaves him space on the outside button. Cigar paper. Space through there.
Miss Howie's going to have a look. Can he do a cheeky move down the inside?
Oh, gives him a little bit of a tap on the back.
He did carry a lot more speed there, so at least they didn't spin each other.
He does need to back off.
Still on bold then from Miss Howie and watch, because it seems Mickelson seems to be struggling a bit now. As he lifts early again. Evan Masai is surely going to get past him here. Yeah, down to turn one, side by side. Evan Masai's got the inside line, gets past him in the break. Oh no!
Ooh, Mickelson's just holding it around the outside.
Go on!
Just doesn't have the traction on exit.
No. Mickelson's, is he going to try it down turn?
He's
turn
coming
three.
back up the inside to turn 3 there.
Back down the inside and turn 3. Miss Howie
He's got
leaves him a bit of space. Remus Tubb gives him a little tap up the arse. The two Alpha Tauris are sitting 8th and 9th. They're going to swap positions. No, they're not. Remus Tubb
is off.
Turns into TL that a bit there.
That's another full course safety car. Now this actually helps Baz quite a lot, because CJP nearly pulled that gap that he needed to.
It isn't a mistake-filled race, really.
No, there's a few little hiccups, but it's not like it was last week. Last week was a little bit
a bad race. Baz Brains and Mr. O'Shoes are sitting in really good positions. Even Infamous Howie down in P6 with no penalties is sitting in a really good position. 10 laps to go. Is it a VSC? No, it's a safety car. I'm blind at
That's
that.
full course.
CJP, will he drive straight past the safety car as well? Or or straight into the back of the safety car? You never know.
I had a few
Get another
spins on the
AERL
safety car and safety car restarts for last season. That wasn't very nice.
Nobody's put a poll up to see who will win the race. Remus Tubb is retired, so that leaves 11 drivers left on track. Mr. Old School is pretty much lapped. I think Mudgy Hinge is pretty much lapped too. Yeah, Mudgy Hinge is lapped, but he's in P10, so he can still score a point.
Unless Mr. Old School thinks otherwise, because Mr. Old School is only 25 seconds behind.
Oh yeah. So it's going to be a battle for the P10.
Oh
Two
wait,
lap
no,
cars.
saying that Hinge is on the pit straight. Mr. Old School is just going around turn 5.
First of the sprint races next week as well. In Spain.
Oh yes, that's true, in Spain.
And it will be my last race. For a while.
Oh, you got your surgery, aren't you?
Yep.
Well, you've got a who's your teammate? Deekso.
Yep.
You've got a teammate. Maybe you could score some points. It also depends who turns up, to be honest. If you've got reserves going on, and if Deekler turns up for the races as well.
Yeah. Well,
Safe
the
to might be in
OTG,
this lap,
which seems to be the super song at the minute, he's taking a full-time seat with Blue Gamer. So he'll be in the Aston with Blue Gamer. So that's going to be another strong team in their lineup as well. But I'll sit on board with CJP for the rest of this lap, and I'll be back in a second. Have you done a prediction yet?
I have not. I'm not even on the stream.
We'll load the stream up and have a look at a prediction. Stick a prediction.
Another bit of news. A big bit of news is
Vettel?
Sebastian Vettel. Yeah, retiring at the end of the season. Yeah, the safety car's coming in this lap. Looks like CJ slowed down quite a bit, to be honest. As long as he's not speeding up and slowing down. Well, I hope so. He should. He's straightening up. Is he going to try and go on the exit of this corner? No, he's going to hold out. Still holding out. There he goes. That looks right up the chuff of Baz then. I don't know whether he was alongside. I was a little bit naughty if he was. Still a yellow flag in turn 1 as Wenlock and Mr. O'Shoots go off track. Arash Alonso and Infamous Howard did the same thing, a little bit of a carbon copy. McLaren and Alpine.
And that little four-way is sandwiched by the Ferraris. I think Baz Brainson can get a win here.
He could if he keeps a hold of it.
Which will be his second win in a row, because he did end up taking the win of the first race after the stewards. Penalties were put through. Or will CJP go on to claim P1 for Haas?
Oh!
Baz is round.
No, Wenlock has hit the back of Baz. That's a shame, he was in such a good position.
It's a bit like real life, McLaren versus Alpine. At least Baz Brains will score some points.
1 at the moment. Tell you what, the Munchie Hinges managed to get back from a 50-second deficit to P9 now. He's on the cusp of coming in P6. He's infamous how he's just shot straight past Mr. O'Shoots. It's TL Darkness, 3-second penalty. Munchie Hinges off the track. I think I've given a little bit of a commentator's curse there.
Ian, take a look of what was said in Tier 1 journals.
Tier 1. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, if he wants the competition, I don't see why not. I'm assuming that's what you're on about.
What?
The last comment by Carp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put him in a reserve for this race. See how he
So Alpines are going to go at it.
see how he is. Oh yeah, it looks like Mr. O'Shoots is just dropping further and further back, to be honest, because he was up there challenging Wenlock, but now he's going on 3.5 seconds off.
Yeah. Buzz Brains is up into P9 as well. This race has got a bit tiered. That is only a 10th from Mickelson's. How does turn 1? Will he get a good enough turn 1 to have a challenge up into turn 3?
Oh, we'll have a
wide,
challenge up
so
into turn 3 as
definitely
the time Mickelson's gone off track.
It's going to be past him before turn 3, I think. Still side by side. But Tilda is cleared. The Ferrari, so the Ferrari now sitting in 7th and 9th. McLaren have finally shown up to the fray in 3 and 4. But everyone seems to be spreading out a bit now. Seems to be a 1 second gap between everybody, which is a bit boring, to be honest.
CCD unloading and drops it through turn 6.
From his teammate if he keeps within that 3 second gap.
Oh yeah, because Carp's got his traction control turned completely off, hasn't he? So.
We'll discuss it. Mr. Shoots is catching back up to him from the tower there.
A pissy head.
Yeah, I feel like some of that is due to him being retired. But how we're looking in the stream, 9 viewers. That's a prediction. Look. The prediction. Well, I put 2k on Baz Brains to win. Look how that went. CSD unloading is now picking up by Mickelson's. Mickelson's is struggling in the way. It's not like it was ever.
Oh, I hate the wet as well. If it rains in Tier 1, I'm going to be at the back.
Alpine's going at it in the last part. TR Dat is sat behind it all, ready to take the scraps.
Being very conservative where he puts his car.
Yeah, I'm going to sit on board the TR Dat and watch.
The arrest has been enabled. This has played out nicely for the last 2 laps.
Yeah.
Still in relatively wet conditions as
Alpines are going at it again. No team orders in Alpine, I can assure you that one.
Oh, no team orders anywhere because there's no team bosses.
No, but there could be penalties saying, "Oh, let me through. I'm the one without the penalties." Blah blah.
Well, Mr. O'Shoes has got ahead anyway, so it's a very nice end to the race. To be honest, a lot of people, everyone's quite close, but it looks like it's going to be CJP that comes over to take the win.
Yeah.
Wenlock coming up in second as well. At the moment, anyway, one more lap to decide this race, I believe.
Yeah, we're on the final lap. TR Dat bins it. Oh no.
For those of you that don't speak Belfast, that was oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
If everyone's spread out, so this is going to be a bit of a boring last lap, to be honest.
No, the
The
track
only
is
consolation for TR that is
track's
he
on
will-
bone dry.
he will come through in the standings, so he will get the points. So he
Now,
will get
can
points.
Cannon for Matawi pull a 10th in the last sector
Oh,
on Wenlock for P2.
this just gives me Singapore vibes. With Esky boy.
It doesn't look like he's going to be able to do it.
No. We'll not take P2 and for side P3. A 10th off. And then it's the two Alpines. Baz
And
brings
Baz
it up
moves
to
up to
P6.
P6.
CSD unloading. Mickelson's. Who's that in ninth?
Munchie Hinge.
I can't see because I've got the party overlay. And then it says Mr. Old School.
That's right, yeah, he was lapped.
Yep. But if he is +1 lap in the standings at the end of this race, if he's +1 lap, the Ardat moves up to P10. If you get me. If I'm right.
Well, I think it sorts itself out anyway, because Teodat crashed on lap 34, going into lap 35.
No, he crashed going into the last lap.
Was it the last lap? I thought it was the second to last lap.
No, he crashed going into the last lap. Literally about to cross the line for the last lap.
Oh, double McLaren podium.
Lost 2 laps, so Old School takes that final point. Munchie Hinge with 8 pit stops.
Got P9.
What the f...
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, I thought Sarge pitted a lot.
I know.
So we went
6.
from mediums on lap 1, softs for 8 laps, mediums again for another 7 laps. Then he went on to 3 different sets of intermediates. And then he pit another. He went medium, soft, medium, inter. 6 stops with intermediate tyres. That is ridiculous. I believe Cap joined as well.
I think so. But anyway, we will. That is the end of tier 2. Get prepared, ready for tier 1, which I think Originals is doing the commentary for.
Okay.
Whether he's using Lightstream or not for these graphics and whatnot, I don't know. I updated them in case he does. But yes, CJP won that for the Haas. Wenlock in P2, McLaren P3, so double podium for McLaren. Alpine 4th and 5th, sorry. Ferrari, Baz Brains in 6th. This year loading with Red Bull in 7th. Mickelson was a Ferrari in 8th. Then Williams and Aston Martin, Munchie Hinge and Mr. Old School in the last points paying positions as TR Dat lost it going into the final lap of the race.
Big
Yeah,
big shame on his part.
The end of tier 2, and I will just quickly run some crap in the stream.